Hello there, everyone. This is Dr. Michael DeAndrea in a small township called Kaneohe, Hawaii. It's a rainy day here in Hawaii, and living on an island, I've come to learn that the way people interpret rain living on an island is that the rain is a sign of a gift. After all, we need all the fresh water that we can get living on an island. And that's a little bit different way of viewing rain when I was growing up. So it's a good day here for the people on the islands in Hawaii. Now, you may occasionally hear some chickens or roosters or dogs or other animals, birds, barking or singing in the background because I live in an area that's bordering both the rural and a suburban area in Hawaii. So enjoy the sound of nature if they come to life. And I just heard some chickens talking to each other a few minutes ago. So enjoy the beauty of nature as you hear that through this brief video. I wanted to introduce a third major project that is being sponsored by Social Justice Creations website and Facebook. Now, the Social Justice Creations website and Facebook were developed as nonprofit entities to help complement and expand the important work that's being done by Counselors for Social Justice and the Association for Multicultural Counseling and Development, both divisions in the American Counseling Association. We're here to complement and to expand on the important work of these two professional organizations. We have the Call of Conscience in process right now as a way of looking at ways that we can impact healthy human development by addressing numerous challenging factors that individuals, families, and our society at large and our global society faces. We're also involved in looking at ways that we can mobilize individuals to become more understanding of the dynamics going in a political change in our society and help them link up with other people in their local or state communities in order to take action with the intent of not only promoting justice and peace, but promoting justice and peace in ways that foster healthy human development. In this upcoming new program and project sponsored by Social Justice Creations, it's entitled, Be a Part of the Revolution to Integrate Neuroscience, Brain Functioning, Multicultural and Social Justice Movement in the health professions and in our general society, and to promote your own psychological and spiritual liberation. Boy, that's a mouthful. Let me say that again. We invite people to be a part of the revolution to integrate neuroscience, brain functioning, the multicultural and social justice movement in the health professions as well as in society at large, and to do these things in ways that promote your own and other people's psychological and spiritual liberation. A major component of this project is grounded in a concept that I had heard as a graduate student and occasionally hear now, and that concept is the idea of giving social work, counseling, and psychology away to the general public. This was an interesting concept when I was being trained as a doctorate in human development and counseling at Vanderbilt University in the 1980s, and occasionally it has arisen again and again as a concept. We want to use this concept in order to modify videos that not only reach the professional communities, but reach individuals who are interested in how neuroscience findings can help them develop healthy lifestyles, how brain functioning can be influenced by an individual's choice-making or familial history, how the social justice and multicultural movements in our society and in our professions are here to stay and have the potential to impact larger numbers of persons in fostering their healthy human development in diverse populations than counselors and psychologists and social workers have ever been able to do in the past. We also are engaging in helping to present resources that help individuals in the general public as well as the professional public to understand the concept of psychological liberation and spiritual liberation and move away from those individuals in society or our professions who immediately think of neuroscience and brain functioning research findings in a deterministic manner. That's a very narrow way of looking at neuroscience and brain functioning research findings. We choose in social justice creations to expand and move beyond a deterministic view of neuroscience and brain functioning research findings to look at these two important areas of knowledge as liberating forces that enable individuals to move beyond their biases, to move beyond emotional reactivity, to move beyond automatic thinking in order to achieve a level of liberation psychologically and spiritually that many people have not fully experienced in the past. Giving social work, counseling, and psychology away is really a theme. You know, there is so much going on in terms of publications about neuroscience and brain functioning. It can be overwhelming. And yet, we're only at the tip of the iceberg of understanding brain functioning and the factors that influence healthy and unhealthy brain functioning patterns at this point in time. So we're looking at ways to help generate an understanding of existing research findings in neuroscience and brain functioning that will help us liberate ourselves beyond our limited knowledge to a broader understanding of these important concepts as part of the revolution I briefly described above. At the same time, we're going to be proposing hypotheses, questions that need answers from empirical studies. In this way, we hope to contribute to an expanding research agenda in the healthcare professions, as well as addressing questions people who are interested in these areas have in the general public. To do this, we're going to look at specific issues related to concepts of neuroplasticity, an important concept called pruning, how the brain undergoes changes that prunes out neurons and parts of the neurological functioning that are not activated and used on a regular basis. Two highlighted times that pruning occurs is in childhood and adolescence, and family and parenting styles indeed can influence directly in significant ways neuroplasticity, pruning, and a third concept we're looking at called epigenetics. We're going to be looking at ways in which we can give counseling, social work, and psychology principles away to the public so parents and teachers get a better understanding of what they can do with children and adolescents to foster healthy human development by utilizing intentional methods that enhance positive neuroplasticity, that increase positive processes of pruning, and looking at ways in which epigenetics represents a liberating concept and force in our society today that go beyond the deterministic and outdated and inaccurate thinking about the deterministic ways that genes play in the lives and development of human beings. We'll be looking at practical ways in which individual decision-making processes influence neuroplasticity, pruning, and epigenetics. We'll be looking at how family experiences, and particularly parenting styles. You know, much research has been done on 3 different major parenting styles in the United States. One is authoritarian parenting style. One is referred to as an authoritative parenting style. And the third major parenting style in the United States is called the permissive parenting style. Each of these dominant parenting styles have impact on neuroscience, neurological functioning, and brain functioning. They can lead and promote to one's thinking as parents and as children and as adolescents about social justice and peace and what we can do to increase justice and peace in our society in ways that help to propel and promote healthy human development of the current generation and future generations. We'll be looking at ways in which not only family experiences, but how our community, political, education, policies, and practices have a direct impact on healthy human development or less than optimal healthy human development. Again, we will be utilizing some of the existing research findings, recognizing the limitation, and they represent stars. The research findings we'll be alluding to will I be representative of the starlight in a dark sky that needs so many more stars to be lit up to enhance our knowledge and understanding and to enhance our own ability to make decisions personally and professionally that enhance our own and other people's neurological functioning, brain functioning, as well as helping us to make decisions to promote justice and peace in ways that foster healthy human development. Much of what we'll be talking about comes from an extensive work of myself, the late Dr. Judy Lewis, Dr. Michael Lewis, and Dr. Judy Daniels in a book entitled Community Counseling, a Social Justice Perspective. If any of you are interested in looking at this resource, please check it out of your library or go to Amazon.com so that you can kind of purview the book as Amazon does to many books. This is a time when many people are at two ends of the continuum. Some persons are feeling very helpless, very pessimistic about our future as a nation and a species. Other people are at the other extreme, that are optimistic, that see opportunities that are positive to promote healthy human development, justice, and peace, that really include and integrate neuroscience research findings and brain functioning empirical studies. A gentleman who is a prolific writer and an activist in his own right, who has taught for more than 50 years at MIT in Massachusetts, his name is Noam Chomsky, is outlining strategies for positive opportunities at this crucial time in our history and in our own development. Please consider becoming a part of the revolution to integrate neuroscience research findings, empirical studies related to brain functioning, looking closer at what is happening in the multicultural social justice, counseling, and advocacy movements in our profession and society at large, and learning new ways of conceptualizing our own psychological and spiritual liberation. Thanks for taking time to listen to this invitation for anybody out there who's interested in looking at how we can contribute to an era that's characterized not by adding new theories. We have over 400 theories in the counseling profession itself, but looking at ways of integrating theories from multiple disciplines in order to gain more effective and accurate ways of thinking that underlie actions that can help build a beloved community in our society and the world at large in ways that promote justice, peace, and healthy human development. We'll be following this up with other videos that will help increase and detail issues that will be presented in this conversational format of free electronic webinars that is open to everyone. Please consider in not only yourself attending these webinars, free webinars, but inviting a friend or member of your religious community, other professional colleagues, persons who are part of your family, to also partake in the upcoming webinars in these areas to see if it's something that they may be attracted to and be stimulated by thinking of what's going on in this era of integration and synthesis. Thank you for your time and energy, and best wishes for good health, safety, happiness, and peace during these holiday seasons and throughout the year. Thank you again.